All right, so in this video, I know it's kind of loud outside, it's the cicadas, but in this video, I'm going to show you how to use ProCam 7. This is available only to iPhone users, so my Samsung users out there, you're going to have to kind of look and see what is available to you. So I'm going to go into the App Store, and I'm going to search for ProCam 7. I've already purchased this. It's just a couple dollars, but I would highly recommend that you purchase it just so that you have the ability to use all the functionality of a DSLR. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And this is a really easy app to use. So let's start at the top. So at the top, you want to make sure that your flash is off. We don't use flash in here. You want to also make sure that you're set to RAW. If you look, it's set to 12 megapixels. RAW or TIFF is fine, but as you go down the line, the quality usually gets a little bit lower. But play around with it and see what works best for you. The lenses here, depending on what kind of phone you're using, will depend on what kind of lenses are available to you. I have one of the newer iPhones, so I can use the ultra wide. I can switch it to just the regular wide. I can use the telephoto lens, which gets up really close. So I'm just going to go back to the regular one for now. If I look at the bar right below it, I can see that I'm shooting at 12 megapixels. I'm currently on auto mode, and then my battery is about 75%. If I look a little bit further down, I can play with the exposure level. I can play with the shutter speed. So when you're dealing with things in motion, that is the shutter speed. ISO is your light sensitivity. So because we're outside, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Autofocus, auto white balance. So right now I'm looking at this like bluish green bush. If I wanted to make it a little bit cooler or warmer, I can adjust that as well. Down at the bottom, toward the right hand side, there is a timer. So you can set your timer to what you want. I'm going to turn that off. And then to the right here is a bunch of different more advanced settings that I want you to learn how to use. And you're going to learn how to use it the more you experiment and play around with it. So if you look at all the different things on here, I like my zebra stripes off. That just kind of bothers me when I'm editing my photos and gauging. If I look down here, you can set your images to JPEG if you want to. I always keep my timestamp off. If I keep scrolling here, I can change the stamp font size, but I keep my font off. Anti-shake sensitivity, I set that to high because I have very shaky hands. And then if I go over here, that's all for video. There's some Siri shortcuts that you can do. If you want to change the language, you can also do that. So this is a really good app to use. I'm going to go ahead and X out of here. If you get closer to your object and you tap it, you can kind of get that autofocus in there. Sometimes you just have to pull back just a little bit. This little arrow here, you can click on it and change your aspect ratio. You can turn off the grid. If you wanted a square picture for Instagram, you can change it. You can also change the type of camera you're working with. So you could do night mode, burst mode, slow shutter if you wanted a blurry motion photo. Portrait as well. So I can get up a little bit closer. So I'm just going to go back to my regular photo here, get really close to an object, and you want to kind of tap on it to get it in focus. And you can notice that there is a clear foreground and a blurry background. If I wanted the background to be in focus, I would just tap on it. And now you can notice that the foreground is blurry and the background is clear. So pretty much that is the app. Again, the more you play around with it, the better you're going to get at it. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to email me.